Hi, I'm Barbara O'Neill, and today we're doing something a little different. I want to share a timeless lesson from an old Japanese doctor who lived well beyond 100 years. What if reaching 100 was easier than you think? Japan's oldest practicing doctor lived well past 100, still caring for patients at that age. He didn't depend on pills or follow strict diets. Instead, he kept things simple. He ate the same nourishing foods every day. And before he passed, he shared the secret that helped him stay sharp and active. I have been using this in my own personal life, so let's explore them, and after this video, you can begin applying them today. At the end, I'll also share my own special recipe to help supercharge the benefits of his tips. In the US, the average life expectancy is around 76. But in Okinawa, Japan, it's closer to 84. And many people there live even longer. They're not just surviving, they're thriving. Walking, gardening, cooking and enjoying life well into their later years. What's their secret? It's not expensive treatments or complex routines. It comes down to daily choices, especially how they eat and how they live. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, who lived to 105, practiced medicine until he was 100. His philosophy was simple: light meals, steady routines, and finding joy in the little things. Today, we'll break down 5 of the core habits he followed and how they might boost your digestion, energy, and mental clarity after 60. Let's start with one surprisingly powerful habit: avoiding overeating. In the West, many of us grow up with the idea that feeling full means we've eaten well, finish your plate, get your money's worth, and so on. But in Okinawa, people follow a principle called hara hachibu. It means eating until you're about 80% full, then stopping. Why is this helpful? Eating just a little less gives your body a break. It reduces the extra strain on your organs, lowers inflammation, and can help you maintain a healthy weight without needing to diet. Even the National Institute on Aging has connected this kind of gentle calorie reduction with a longer life and better overall health. Dr. Hinohara lived by this rule. He believed in eating lightly, chewing slowly, and finishing meals before feeling stuffed. He credited this with helping him stay energetic and mentally sharp well into old age. Take Helen, for example. She's 68 now. For years, she always finished everything on her plate. It's what she was taught. But as she got older, she noticed she felt heavy after meals, had trouble sleeping, and felt sluggish during the day. Then she learned about hara hachibu. She started pausing during meals, asking herself, am I actually still hungry? That small habit changed everything. She felt more energetic, slept better, and found more enjoyment in her meals. Try this tonight. Take your time at the table. Slow down your bites, breathe between mouthfuls, and when you feel about 70% full, pause. You might be surprised how satisfied you feel, because portion size is just the start. Next, let's look at what to eat and why Japan's favourite proteins might be different from what you expect. Common mistake number 2, skipping plant-based proteins, especially beans. Let's talk protein. It's one of the most important nutrients for staying strong, healing well, and aging in a healthy way. But here's where many people, especially in Western countries, go wrong. They think protein only means meat. But in Okinawa, we're home to some of the longest living people in the world. The main source of protein isn't steak or chicken. It's plants, and especially soy. Tofu, miso, natto and edamame. These aren't occasional meals. They're everyday foods in Japan. Why does that matter? Because soy-based foods provide complete plant protein along with compounds called isoflavones that help lower inflammation and support your heart. In fact, research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that eating soy regularly is linked to lower bad cholesterol, also known as LDL, stronger bones, and even better brain health later in life. Dr. Hinohara, Japan's oldest doctor, ate tofu nearly every day. He believed it helped keep his heart healthy and his digestion running smoothly, even well into his 90s. Now let's talk about Frank. He's 73 and retired. For years he avoided soy. He'd heard mixed messages about hormones and didn't want to take any chances. But after watching a documentary on Japan's centenarians, he decided to give it a try. A couple of times a week, he swapped out red meat for a tofu stir-fry with bok choy, garlic and a bit of ginger. It was simple, light and filling. Just 3 weeks in, his blood pressure went down, his joints felt less stiff, and for the first time in years, he stopped needing a nap after lunch. The bottom line, you don't have to stop eating meat, but it's worth adding more variety. Try including beans, lentils or tofu once or twice a week. Next on our list is a powerful food with anti-aging benefits, often overlooked in Western diets, but a staple in Japan's morning routine. Let's take a closer look. Mistake number 3, skipping fermented foods. Let's shine a light on one of Japan's quietest longevity secrets. It's not a vitamin, it's not a fancy supplement, it's a time-honoured tradition, warm, gentle and full of natural goodness, fermented foods. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, the renowned Japanese doctor who lived past 100, started each day with a simple bowl of miso soup. For him, it wasn't just comfort food, it was part of his daily wellness routine. Miso, natto, pickled vegetables, even fermented seaweed. These aren't just side dishes in Japan, they're essentials in the Okinawan diet, and they're full of benefits. Live probiotics that support your gut, natural enzymes that help break down food, and compounds that ease inflammation, protecting your brain, joints and immune system as you age. In the West, many people, especially seniors, turn to probiotic capsules. But real fermented foods offer more than just bacteria. They bring the power of whole foods working together, a kind of natural teamwork that supplements often can't match. Take Claire, for example. She's 70 and used to work as a librarian. For years, she struggled with bloating, irregular digestion, and that heavy, uncomfortable feeling after meals. She tried everything: fibre powders, enzyme pills, all kinds of probiotic supplements. Nothing seemed to work. Then a friend handed her a jar of real miso paste. Claire decided to keep it simple. Every morning, she warmed a cup of water and stirred in a spoonful of miso. No big diet changes, no pills. Within 2 weeks, she noticed a big difference. Her bloating was gone, her energy was more stable, her appetite felt more balanced, and her afternoons no longer dragged her down. The secret? Live bacteria straight from natural food, not a bottle. You can do this too. Start small, add a spoon of miso to warm water, not boiling, or enjoy a few slices of naturally fermented pickles. It's not just about your gut, it's about creating balance as you age. Now, let's move on to a surprising food group, often feared in the West, but eaten daily in Japan, and credited for keeping the heart strong and arteries clear. Mistake number 4, avoiding carbs, especially sweet potatoes. Let's be honest, in many Western diets, carbohydrates have been blamed for just about everything. You hear it all the time. Cut carbs to lose weight. Seniors should stay away from starch. But here's the truth. Not all carbs are the same, and some, like the ones eaten every day in Okinawa, might actually help you live longer. Take Japanese purple sweet potatoes, for example. They're not just beautiful to look at, they're packed with powerful nutrients. In fact, for Okinawan centenarians, sweet potatoes make up over 60% of their daily calories. What makes them so special? They're rich in anthocyanins, which are antioxidants that protect your blood vessels and slow down cellular aging. They're high in fibre, which helps steady your blood sugar and keep your digestion regular. They're full of potassium and vitamin C, both essential for your heart and immune system. And with their low glycemic index, they provide steady energy, no sugar crashes. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara often chose sweet potatoes instead of white rice. He believed they were gentler on the body and packed more protection for long-term health. And science backs it up. Research from the National Institutes of Health has shown that anthocyanin-rich foods like purple sweet potatoes are linked to better blood flow, less inflammation, and even slower mental decline with age. Now meet Paul. He's 69, pre-diabetic and tired. He'd cut out nearly all carbs hoping to feel better, but instead he felt drained and craved sugar constantly. Concerned, his dietitian encouraged him to try something simple: steamed Japanese sweet potatoes, not fried, not loaded with toppings, just clean and nourishing. Paul began adding half a cup to his lunch. Within 2 weeks, his energy lasted longer, his cravings eased, and his blood sugar became more stable than it had in months. The takeaway? You don't have to fear carbs. You just need to choose the right ones, like the Japanese do. Now, for the final lesson from Japan's longest living doctor, it's not food, it's a mindset. There's something most people miss, something even more powerful than what you eat. It's the rhythm of how you live. Dr. Hinohara didn't follow strict diets. He didn't count calories. He followed a flow, a gentle, joyful rhythm that gave structure to his day and peace to his mind. Each morning began the same: a warm cup of miso soup, a walk, some quiet reading. He avoided overeating, not because of willpower, but out of respect for how his body felt. He took the stairs, even in his 90s. He stayed curious, he gave talks, wrote books, and most importantly, he smiled often. One of his most famous quotes was, "To stay young, you must have fun." Now meet Marie. She's 71 and used to obsess over every label: low carb, sugar-free, fat-free. It left her stressed and constantly second-guessing her meals. Then she read about Dr. Hinohara. She didn't flip her entire routine, just made small, meaningful changes. A short walk each morning, slower meals, afternoon tea simply to pause and breathe. She even planted herbs on a windowsill and watched them grow. That gentle rhythm changed her entire outlook, because true health isn't just physical, it's emotional, mental, and deeply rhythmic. So as you reflect on everything we've shared, remember this: don't just count protein, count peaceful mornings. Don't just reduce sugar, add more laughter. Don't just fix your diet, nourish your spirit. If you're wondering where to begin, start simple. Start with something that brings you joy. Start like the doctor who lived to 105 and smiled all the way there. Let's take a moment to bring it all together. These aren't hard rules. They're gentle habits practiced by some of the longest living people in the world, inspired by a man who lived with grace, simplicity, and joy. Here are 5 small changes you can begin today. Eat until you're 80% full. It supports digestion, energy, and long-term health. Learn to pause before you're completely full. Add more plant-based proteins: tofu, lentils, edamame. They're gentle on the body and simple to prepare. Include fermented foods, a spoonful of miso, a few slices of pickled veggies. These bring good bacteria to your gut and help boost immunity. Choose smart carbs like sweet potatoes. They give steady fuel, not sugar crashes. Eat light, live light, smile often, and most of all, honour your rhythm. Life doesn't need to be rushed. There's power in quiet mornings, slow meals, and meaningful moments. Each of these steps supports your heart, your mind, your digestion, and your independence. And the best part? You don't have to do it all at once. Just start with one bite, one habit, one moment of pause. Which one speaks to you today? Let us know in the comments. Your small shift might inspire someone else watching. And as promised, here's something special from me to you: a gentle morning drink I personally enjoy and recommend to my loved ones. This warm tonic blends ancient wisdom with modern science and pairs beautifully with the simple habits we've talked about today. It starts with miso, a fermented soybean paste that's been used in Japanese kitchens for centuries. Miso is rich in probiotics that support gut health, aid digestion, and may even boost immunity. Studies have shown that fermented foods like miso can reduce inflammation and improve microbiome diversity, both key for healthy aging. Next, we add lemon juice, which gently stimulates digestion, provides vitamin C, and helps the liver in its natural detox process. A small pinch of turmeric adds anti-inflammatory power thanks to its active compound curcumin, which is being studied for its role in reducing joint pain and supporting brain health. Finally, a touch of raw honey, or stevia, balances the flavour and brings a little joy to your taste buds. It's a simple way I use to care for my gut, my joints, my immune system, all in one quiet cup. Here are the ingredients you will need. 1 cup warm water, not boiling. 1 teaspoon of organic miso paste, make sure it's unpasteurised if possible. A pinch of ground turmeric, juice of 1/2 lemon. Lastly, 1/2 teaspoon of raw honey or a few drops of stevia. This one is completely optional. So when it comes to preparing it, follow these steps. Warm your water, not too hot, just enough to dissolve the ingredients without killing the beneficial bacteria in the miso, about body temperature. In your favourite mug, stir in the miso paste until fully dissolved. Add lemon juice, turmeric and sweetener if using. Stir gently. Enjoy this first thing in the morning before breakfast, or right after a light stretch or walk, as a gentle way to awaken your body and set the tone for your day.